What's up? Welcome into another edition of Breaking Boomz. We got another one for the 25 class. Huge announcement today. Zahir Mathis, the defensive end out of Philly. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Great get. Huge get. We're going to run through his profile and what he brings to the table and get fired up. Finally got an edge rusher, a true pass rusher, a fast guy, in the mold of kind of a Marquise Lightfoot or a Dylan Stewart, one of those athletic guys on the outside. So it's been a while. We were missing that for a few years. So let's get into it here. Where are you at? So here, there you are. All right. Philadelphia, PA. He's from Imhotep Institute. Yeah, Imhotep Institute. 6'6", 225. He's a high 4-star, a 9.787, nationally ranked number 37 player in the class, so a top 50 guy. Number 5 edge rusher in the class, love that, and number 1 player in the state of Pennsylvania. So he had offers from everybody, and defensive end recruiting, like I just mentioned, has been an issue in the last few years. This has been a position of need. We have not hit our numbers in the last couple of recruiting classes. Mathis was a high priority target for Larry Johnson, and this is a very important class, this 2025 class, especially along the D-line. He's been an Ohio State target since his freshman year. They were recruiting his teammate, if you remember, Anai White. He ended up at Texas A&M, former 5-star. Yeah, that's when they noticed Zahir. So Mathis made multiple trips to Ohio State this past year. He camped with the Buckeyes in June, really got a lot of time to work with Larry Johnson one-on-one, and returned for a game in the fall. So he got that game day atmosphere, which is key. Kids need to see that, and I think they should. I would too, if I were a kid trying to pick a school. So his top 12 he released back in August was Bama, Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Michigan, USC, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Florida, and Florida State. So his coach calls him a freak of nature. So finally, we're getting a pure edge rusher, not a JT, or an Edric Houston that's a strong side, big guy. He's a long, athletic pass rusher with a tremendous first step. And it's been years since we've had a freaky, athletic defensive end. I mean, you got Zach Harrison, but more Chase Young, I would say, is probably our most recent one. He's got a huge wingspan, Mathis does. When he can get his hands on an offensive lineman before the O-lineman can get his hands on Mathis, it's over. It's curtains. And Mathis has that bend that you love to see. And, I always think of Chase Young, of course, that had that flexibility to get around the edge and get to the quarterback. He's got a ton of batted balls at the line of scrimmage because of his long arms. So look for that when he suits up in the Scarlet and Gray. He has the frame of a Chase Young or a Zach Harrison, and he's been building on it since his freshman year when the Buckeyes first saw him. So Buckeyes are in a good spot for some big-time pass rushers going forward. Zahir, obviously, is a big part of that, but he's the first one in. And then you got Justin Hill out of Winton Woods down in Cincinnati. And then you got London Merritt from IMG, who just transferred from Atlanta. So he's originally from Atlanta. The Woodward Academy, never heard of it. Yeah, I'm sure it's good. So the Buckeyes need at least 3 DNs in this class to make up for our losses in the previous classes. And, we haven't really gotten anybody out of the portal at a DN, impact DN. So it was a sad story, though, as part of his life, part of his backstory. He was 13 when his mom, Kayana, told him that she had terminal cancer in her liver. She passed away a year later, so he was 14 when his mother passed away. He said, quote, "It helped me see for one, live the moment. You never know what will happen tomorrow." Uh, that's a tough way to learn that advice. But his coach says he could be the best defensive end to come through Imhotep. I have a hard time with that one. They have produced some serious D linemen in the recent years. Former Penn State D lineman Shaka Toney, remember him? He's from Imhotep. And defensive end Keon Wiley is currently at Penn State. And then Texas A&M, Eni White, we mentioned. Mathis played right along Wiley and Eni White as a freshman. So kid got in there early. His coach, Coach Johnson, said that his high school coach, Johnson, it's funny, he's going to go from Johnson to Johnson. There have been there's so many plays in this camp where you're just like, wow, he got the stars and the national recognition, but the impact he's going to make on the field now, he wants to show that he is the top defensive end in the country. He went on to say, quote, "Being on the field," Zahir said this, quote, "Being on that field helps me not to lose myself in the process of all this," talking about dealing with his loss. He said, "I've been through a lot of stress, but when I'm out there, I can just block it all out, and I just have joy in my heart." He credits his grandmother, Rhonda Hall, who he lives with, and his father for helping him get through all of this off the field stuff. So great to have him in. Another athletic D end that, like I said, we missed out, in the 22 class, the 23 class, the 24 class, the Keon Keeleys, all those guys from past classes, so this guy will fix all that, and just have to hang on to him for a year. That's all. So I'm sure Coach Johnson and everybody can do that, and we'll see what the future holds here. Again, bringing in 3 DNs, true pass rushers. So we'll see what happens here. That's all I got for you today. Don't forget, I've got a huge announcement coming on tomorrow's Daily Blitz, so be here for that. We've got coaching changes coming we'll be talking about. Seems like everybody from the 2021 class is coming back, especially on defense. So we'll see what happens there, and we'll be talking about it, all right? Don't forget, we're going live Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and of course, Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, all right? Talk to you later. Go Bucks.